Superbike series at Phillip Island Raceway, a very wet and windy Phillip Island. Let's look how they line up today. Damon Buckmaster taking the top spot, the Shell Suzuki dealer team bike. Troy Bayliss alongside the team Kawasaki ZXR. Row 2, Peter Goddard on the Ansett Air Freight Suzuki and Sean Giles on the Ducati.
Row number 3, Mobile Honda of Dean Thomas and Rip Crocker also on the Mobile Honda. Row number 4, Martin Craggle and Ben Archibald.
And rounding out the top 10, John Phelan, the Shock Treatment Kawasaki ZXR, and David Emerson on the Kawasaki as well.
Damon Buckmaster, the pole sitter, aboard the Suzuki. We're in the starters' hands and they're off. Troy Bayliss on the Kawasaki was the first to jump as they head down into the right-hander for the very first time. A strong field of Superbikes, but it's bike number 19, and then on the Ducati, Sean Giles. The gaggle goes through behind, and a very spectacular track in any form of motor racing, and the two-wheel variety is absolutely exceptional around Phillip Island.
It's going to be interesting to watch Troy Bayliss, undefeated so far in 1996, try and fight his way back. Bike 32, the Kawasaki ZXR. As we welcome Kenny Wood to the commentary team from Australian Motorcycle News. And Ken, Troy Bayliss has some competition for the first time in 4 races.
He certainly does, and he's got a very fit Sean Giles on bike 19, the Ducati. Sean's been suffering from a nagging back injury this season after a horrific accident at this circuit last year. He's fully fit, and boy, is he steamrolling the field at the moment.
I can imagine Giles's back would have been a little sore when you take into account the speed he was doing when he came off the bike, Ken.
He speared into the embankment just near the GIO bridge, but it doesn't seem to be worrying him at the moment. He's got that Ducati well and truly wound up over Lukey Heights and down into MG hairpin for the first time. The two Kawasaki's desperately trying to cling to his slipstream for the front straight the first lap through.
Well, Damon Buckmaster been left high and dry here. He qualified fastest. He shuffled right back in the pack. Here's the leading 5 as they come back onto the pit straight once again. So problems maybe for Buckmaster. And look at the speed of these things as they come back toward pit straight for the first time.
Martin Craggle has moved up to occupy position number 2 on the circuit. He started second row, position 7 to be exact. And Craggle looking good aboard the number 5 Kawasaki. The Kawasaki really have dominated Ken's Superbike racing over the best part of, I guess, the last 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, they've won the last 10 races in succession, firstly with Matthew Mladen, also Marty Craggle and Troy Bayliss. So they've been undefeated in their last 5 outings. That's 10 races. But Sean Giles looks to be set to end that domination if things continue with this pattern. Marty Craggle on bike 5, fastest bike in the field. He's geared for 280 kilometres an hour down the front straight. This part of the circuit here, they're pulling something like 240 kilometres an hour under the bridge, into Honda Corner, down to first gear. They're only on lap 2, so they'll be letting their tyres settle in, and I think we might see that gap close over the next few laps.
It's an impressive run from Peter Goddard on this brand new GSXR 750 Suzuki, long-weighted bike, and not even tested prior to this meeting. So Goddard's showing the potential of this bike in very few miles against some battle-hardened machinery.
Well, Damon Buckmaster qualified on pole on a similar bike. He's Goddard's teammate. Goddard qualifying in 3rd position. But these riders have had to endure both qualifying sessions in the wet, so it's their first time out in the dry. A lot of them still getting to grips with this circuit, but Craggle and Goddard look to be closing the gap to Sean Giles, and we're only coming through to finish lap 2 with another 5 still to run.
We take race cam with Martin Craggle, man currently 3rd in the championship, Kawasaki ZXR. A bike renowned for its top-end bite. Tremendous amount of horsepower in the top range, somewhere in the region of 160 brake horsepower, building up to 280 kilometres an hour as they flash down this main straight. And look at that. Peter Goddard just showing the tremendous performance of this new Suzuki in a straight line and through the turns. So he pushes his way up to 2nd position. So now it's Giles, Goddard, Craggle, Thomas, Bayliss and Archibald.
A great effort from all concerned with Suzuki. You mentioned the bike hadn't been raced. It was only finished on Thursday. So the guys have really got their act together. And Peter Goddard, an experienced veteran, very cool under pressure and is outstanding here at Phillip Island. I remember a wet race here, I think it was 2 years ago, Mark. And Peter Goddard started from the 4th row and really gave everyone a lesson in how to ride. He's moved up to occupy 2 on the track now. Martin Craggle in 3rd. And that's Goddard, you can see, but a few metres in front of the Kawasaki. Under the Shell Bridge they go in a high-speed circuit, a very spectacular circuit. And as you can see from our race cam, no place for the faint-hearted. I'm getting sore neck just sitting here watching. It's outstanding stuff from the race cam boys at 7.
I think our championship leader, Troy Bayliss, may be in a bit of trouble. Just look at his lap times. So 1:40.97. His teammate Martin Craggle running a full second faster than him per lap at the moment. So Troy Bayliss, current points leader on 81 from Ben Archibald on 52. Bayliss is going to take a little step back here unless he gets this big points haul to keep him at the top of the ladder.
Looks like Marty Craggle's got a challenge coming from Dean Thomas on the mobile Honda. These three bikes, Suzuki, Kawasaki and Honda, all trying to chase the Ducati out in front. Once again, Marty Craggle down the front straight, looking 280 kilometres an hour as he clicks 6th gear, goes down to 4th gear for this very fast turn 1, up towards Southern Loop where he'll click back to 3rd gear, trying to hold off the Honda and at the same time close on Peter Goddard's Suzuki up ahead.
It's great to see the Suzuki, the Kawasaki, the Duke and the Honda all so competitive. It's one of the real shining lights in the Superbike division, the parity amongst the bikes and the riders for that matter.
It's an outstanding run from Dean Thomas, considering he only had his first road race, 1990. He's only been at it not even 6 years now. Australian 600cc champion. Moved into the Superbikes and showing a tremendous amount of speed aboard the mobile Hondas.
It's interesting when we talk about the Superbike field, we mentioned Peter Goddard is the veteran in the field at a ripe old age of 31, but a lot of young talent coming through. Most of these guys in their early 20s. Rip Crocker just 20 years of age on the second of the mobile Hondas, but a surefire career path to the international stage. And when you're over the hill at 31, then it means we've got a lot of talent in Australian motorcycle racing.
The battle for the minors, 3rd and 4th. This is the battle, Craggle and Thomas. Coming down the main straightaway, the last lap borders out. And this battle for 3rd and 4th on the track is an absolute gem. There's Peter Goddard on the Suzuki bike, numbered 24. He sits in 2nd. The race leader has bolted. That is Sean Giles. Giles aboard the Ducati, and in fact was Ken Wooden's tip before the race. Picked a winner. But what has happened effectively is Kawasaki's reign of terror has come to an end here at Phillip Island.
Tell you what, that Honda, Dean Thomas is getting very serious about this position here. He wants that 3rd spot, climb onto the podium very close to Craggle. Craggle maintaining the pressure. Oh, look at the bike skip around under brakes as they swing into Honda. Dean Thomas has been all over the back of Craggle, trying every which way to try and push his way past the ZXR. No success so far, but there's still about 2 kilometres of hectic racing to come. Dean Thomas very close. The order now, Giles. He's got just 6, almost 7 seconds over Goddard in 2nd position. Here's the battle for 3rd, Craggle and Thomas. And Archibald behind this duo. Look at Thomas really on the attack. Tucked down behind the screen. Swing up toward Loogie Heights for the final time. Running out of options. Runs really wide. He's going to try an inside run under brakes. Go as deep as he possibly can, but Craggle moves over and covers his territory very effectively.
That was a move for the brave there by Dean Thomas. Touched the brake before the point of no return. Peter Goddard. And there's the race leader. The checkered flag is out, and the race winner, Ducati pilot Sean Giles, dominating the Superbike series here at Phillip Island.
Let's check out the way they finished. Sean Giles, of course, a dominant performance on the Gibson Freight Ducati. Peter Goddard in 2nd position. Dean Thomas in 3rd. Martin Craggle in 4th. And rounding out the top 5, Benny Archibald.